morning, Kevin.
Hey, Earl, great to see you.
Yes, sir, bud. Definitely always great to see you as well. It was good seeing you the other night at our party, even though it was briefly.
Lots of parties going on at the holidays, lots of people celebrating. It's a great time of year and everybody's in a festive mood.
Absolutely. And pretty much indicative of what kind is going on in the market right now. Seems to be improving a little, right? Interest rate wise?
Yeah, we're celebrating that as well. We're seeing some improvements in mortgage rates. It's been in the news a bit. Of course, it was in the news when rates were going up, and they probably peaked maybe about a month or so ago. And one thing that I always tell folks is when you hear on the news the Federal Reserve is raising rates, they are not raising mortgage rates.
Right.
Yes, they are fighting inflation. They're trying to slow the economy down, push us into recession, and inflation is the enemy of mortgage rates. So when they are increasing their rates and slowing things down, it's actually good for mortgage rates. And that's why we've started to see some improvements. So we were comfortably in the sevens on rates maybe a month or so ago. We peaked there and we've been seeing some steady improvements. About a week or so ago, we were actually down into the upper fives without buying it down with no points. You want a 4% rate today, you can get it. It's just a matter of what it costs. So we were upper fives and we've bounced back up a little bit from that. So this week, you're probably looking at low sixes with no points, so not paying extra up front. Paying a little extra up front, you can get into the upper fives, even mid fives easily, depending upon the mortgage program and your credit. But right now, too, paying those extra points up front may not make a lot of sense because interest rates are anticipated to continue to fall. So it's a great time to buy right now. There's not a lot of buyers out there in the market. A lot of folks are waiting on the sidelines. So you have some anxious sellers. And we understand that the people that are buying now are likely going to refinance.
Yes.
So there's not a lot of value in paying the points. It takes time to work that off. So maybe take the higher interest rate because just know this is probably temporary. You're probably going to refinance. Rates are going to be comfortably in the fives, maybe even as low as getting back into the fours within the next year or so. So, hey, you know what? It's a great time to buy. You can get some great deals on the purchase, get a great deal from a seller, get seller pay closing costs, and then the mortgage is just temporary. We hear a lot the phrase marry the house, date the mortgage, or date the rate.
Right.
The mortgage is just temporary. We'll fix that in 6 or 12 or 18 months. But there's some great deals on houses right now from what I hear. Is that what you're saying, Earl?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of great deals, opportunity. You can pretty much get the house that you want, which was rare 6-8 months ago. Without having to compete with 10, 15 other offers. Usually most people are able to write on the home that they want and they're able to get it just flat out. No competition. What would you say, Kevin, is probably the best step for someone here, second week of December, going to the third week of December? What is the best step that a buyer could do to prepare to buy a home, say, first part of January?
Yeah, well, from my side, absolutely, it's to get pre-approved. So take a look at where you are in the process. So in a pre-approval, we take some basic application information, who you are, where you live, where you work, real simple stuff. We take an initial look at both credit and affordability. And with that, we can help you understand what you're going to qualify for, or if there's things we do need to work on the credit or affordability side. So it's a great way to start the planning, whether you're looking to buy in the next few weeks, the next few months. It's a good way to get a checkup and a check-in to make sure that you're on track for that home purchase and to make it as affordable as possible. Even if you qualify today, there could be just a few quick things you could do to even be better qualified and save more money on your mortgage. So that's a great way to get started. And then for first-time buyers, I always recommend the homeownership education class from Virginia Housing. It's a free class. You can do it in person or online, and it takes you in great detail about the home purchase process, what to expect, working with a realtor, working with a mortgage person. Should I get a home inspection? What's owner's title insurance? Do I need that? And when you're done, you get a fancy completion certificate. And with that, you may qualify for some first-time home buyer grants and incentives to make the home purchase even more affordable. So basically some free money.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. And as far as that initial rate lock-in, like if people who apply to get pre-qualified or pre-approved now, how long does that last?
The pre-approval lasts, we say like 3 months, but really as long as you need it. As long as you haven't done anything significant to change your situation. If your employment is the same, income is the same or better, as long as you're still paying your bills and haven't gone out and bought and purchased 3 new cars, it's really, it's just your credit report expires after 3 or 4 months. So we may want to update that. And you mentioned a lock. Generally, we don't lock until you find a home. Okay. So we're going to lock in once you have a home and a targeted closing date, because when we lock a rate, we're reserving that for a set amount of time. So we pretty much need to know exactly how much we're reserving, how long we're reserving it for. And honestly, rates are likely going to be lower. So there's really no benefit of locking before you have to right now.
Gotcha. So it doesn't really make sense to pay to lock it in or anything of that nature right now, especially with things appearing, seemingly declining in the rate department. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're buying in the next few weeks, then sure, we'll look at locking in. If it's the next few months, you're better off just kind of floating and waiting and letting the market do its thing.
Gotcha. Sounds good, Kevin. You know what? Something else too, and I think we had talked briefly about this, but I just wanted to share with with our viewers here as well. What do you think about us putting together a buyer's conference? Not really a conference, but a buyer seminar.
Yeah.
Starting the year off fresh, sometime in January.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I think it's a great idea. Just a brief intro to home buying and a lot more detail than we do on our quick chats here.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yeah, Kevin, that's all I had for today, bud. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. And,
always a pleasure.
If we don't catch up over the holidays, then have a great holiday. But hey, I'll be around next week if you still want to hop on and chit chat. I'm cool with that too.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. I'll be here. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
We're both here. Anybody wants to buy or sell or refinance during the holidays, look us up.